Welcome, commenters, to another episode of Gary Responds, where we read and speak to you, personal level. It's intimate. Turtle Boy Perp says that dude Tony Willie is mad inspirational. Practically almost dies from that fall and is already back skating. Makes you kind of second guess yourself with whatever excuse you might have to go skate that day. You know what? Tony Willie is just gnarly. There's very few. Don't take his whatever and second guess yourself. I usually agree, like, yeah, don't be a bitch for smaller stuff. Like, oh, I rolled my ankle on this ledge. Yes, you're a bitch. He fell off a roof. That means that he can come back to a level where it's a smaller building. You know what I'm saying? Like, him coming back is like he was already super up there. So you ain't got to be like, oh, I'm being soft. He just like, I would be happy to manual again on 50-50. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's cool. Vancouver Bill says, wow, that bird clip of Simon is in the pissing rain is one of the gnarliest ever. He is one of them very, very rare breeds of skater who can regularly surprise people on any terrain. Yeah, no, he had a hell of a part in the fucking girl video. He's the shit. And he could just skate. And everybody was saying that ramp at Kona is super slippery. So he's just double dumb. Don't give a shit. Rock and roll that shit with an umbrella. Pulling his Mary Poppins. Is that Rowdower? TQT, dude, this name is fake as hell. I know it is, but shout out to you. Van's propeller era was something else. Looking back on it, what a team. Yeah, no, since I bought it, I bought that video, like on iTunes. Like it was something about that video was so good. When I left the premiere or like whatever that 3 days later it came out, I spent that $14.99 because that video was just that good. So shout out to that team and shout out to that level of gnarly. Kevin Alamo 4250 says, learning about his visits to Auntie's house explains a lot about Gary. Yeah, you kind of get it. I was getting bacon, sausage, and all types of eggs and French toast and shit. Good time. It was. So it's a little look into my life. Good Sunday morning breakfast too. Shit. No cereal. Justin Bishop 7142 says, these are always so good with a heart emoji. Love you too, Justin. Appreciate you, Mr. Bishop. Thank you. Cuz88 says, Mater's part was really good. No, it was super good. No, Mater's part was super, super good. And it's like his level of tech while being lanky makes it all the better. Like you kind of 6'4", how you know how to backtail backside flip like that? User OQ8TJ6KM6I did all Japanese with a crying emoji, then a thumbs up with a pink ribbon. I'm so confused on what you said. I just want to put that on screen because shout out to Japan, baby. Knock Harder 3554 says, you can watch Teddy's trick in super slow motion and his feet are still in fast forward. I agree. He just spazzed the hell out of that. That shit, that was beautiful. All right, so you can actually watch that and try it. I want you to put it in 0.2 speed. He still does it faster than your eye can catch. You don't figure the trick out. Christoph 1385 said, I had to go to the hospital after watching them falls. Skaters are different. You went to the hospital yourself? And then said, skaters are a different breed. You had to go to the hospital because other people fell? That's a pretty hard fall. When you go, and you go to the ER and sit there for 2.5 hours? Damn. Nathaniel Cockane 2376 says, I remember watching Jake Brown on the Big Air X Games. Shit was gnarly. No, when he flew that 70 feet or whatever they said down to the flow and his shoes flew off, like, bro, I remember that was one of the gnarliest things I think I had ever like watched in the moment. Cause you was watching and you was like, oh, and you see him and he was fucking wailing and shit. And he just smacked and he was good. Like he like got off the ramp. Like you just like, bro, that's what we want to see. Not really. You want to see him landed. But other people landed stuff. Just you have a little bit, make sure that. I'm just kidding. I'm just being a piece of shit. DD Rap says, Beatrice got a shoe, Fabi got the boot. What's happening? Let's fix it. This shit is like super viral with the whole Beatrice situation. That shit is hilarious to me. I think keep it funny. Let's do that because it's just funny. All right? It's not serious. It's not life and death. It's hilarious. Nigga has a small bag of tricks, tore her knee, doesn't want to get better right now at skateboarding, has all the people around her to get better. Fabi pushes herself, wants to skate really hard, said, fuck everything. I'm gonna go be on Etnies. I'm happy. It's cool. I get a shoe. We're fine. One day probably, usually it'd be like, that's when people leave. The company be like, we'll get you some shit. Come on. And that's how you do it. But yeah, let's just keep it funny. Stay hilarious about the shit. Don't get all personal and shit. What's wrong with y'all? Crack some jokes. This wraps another episode of Gary Responds. 2 links. Put your hands in the sink. Wash them. Keep your hands clean.